Welcome back to Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go. You know, we like to condense insightful books into digestible analyses.
Powered by AI narration.
Perfect for busy folks like you who crave knowledge. And today we are diving deep into Undocumented Americans.
A raw and powerful memoir by Karla Cornejo Villavicencio.
And what makes this book even more striking is that
Karla herself is an undocumented American.
Exactly. It gives her such a unique and intimate perspective on this topic.
Absolutely.
You know, imagine a life where you feel like a hologram, never truly safe, never allowing yourself to experience joy because
everything could be ripped away
at any moment. That's the reality for millions in America. And Karla's book really opens a window into this.
Often misunderstood.
Very much so world.
Her story starts in Ecuador, where her parents made the heart-wrenching decision to leave her behind
As collateral.
when they immigrated to New York.
It's a detail that really stuck with me. It speaks volumes about the desperate choices families face. But what I found fascinating is that Karla doesn't harbor resentment toward her parents.
Especially her mother.
Right.
Yeah.
It highlights the complexities of their situation and underscores the weight of survival over sentiment.
Yeah. You know, this precariousness permeates Karla's life. She describes feeling like a hologram, never fully secure.
This metaphor is so central to the book.
It really is.
Because it captures that constant fear of deportation, the inability to fully exist, to truly belong.
Right. It's not just an abstract fear either.
No.
We see the physical toll of this existence through Karla's father. His health deteriorates from years of grueling.
Often exploitative.
Labor as a taxi driver and delivery man.
Yeah.
He even lost his taxi license after 9/11 due to a national security measure.
Adding another layer of hardship
Exactly.
to their already difficult lives.
This raises crucial questions about a system that relies on a workforce that it simultaneously denies basic rights.
It does.
Karla pushes us to confront these contradictions, but she also goes beyond her personal story and immerses herself in the lives of other undocumented Americans.
Yes. One example is her time spent with day laborers on Staten Island.
A predominantly white and conservative borough of New York City.
Right. It's a deliberate choice to eliminate the often invisible presence of this community in these unexpected places.
It also challenges our assumptions about undocumented immigrants. You know, these aren't nameless faces in the shadows. They are individuals with and aspirations. Take Julian, who crossed the scorching desert 4 times, risking his life simply to see his children.
Or Joaquin, who, despite his own struggles, volunteered to help elderly Asian women during Hurricane Sandy.
These anecdotes shatter stereotypes, revealing the resilience and generosity within this community.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, a time when undocumented immigrants were vital to the recovery effort, also reveals a darker side.
Yeah, they faced exploitation.
By contractors like Ashbridge Environmental.
A company notorious for its worker exploitation after Hurricane Katrina. It's a stark reminder of the systemic issues at play.
Yes. Yet in the midst of this exploitation, we also witness the power of community.
We do.
You know, Pedro organized volunteer brigades and distributed essential supplies, highlighting the self-reliance and compassion that flourish in the face of adversity.
This contrast between vulnerability and strength is a recurring theme throughout Karla's journey.
It is.
She even delves into the experiences of undocumented immigrants who participated in the cleanup efforts at Ground Zero after 9/11.
These individuals worked in hazardous conditions, breathing in toxic dust for meager wages, with many suffering long-term health consequences.
Like Milton Vallejo, a security guard at the World Trade Center, he joined the cleanup despite his undocumented status.
And faced
verbal abuse and exploitation.
His story, and the stories of so many others, are sobering examples of the risks these individuals take, putting their well-being on the line for a country that doesn't fully recognize their existence.
It's incredibly powerful. And, you know, those risks extend beyond just the physical dangers. Karla explores the challenges undocumented immigrants face when it comes to accessing affordable health care.
Which leads many to seek out
alternative treatment.
Alternative treatments. In Miami, she introduces us to the world of botanicas.
Places where herbs and traditional remedies offer a more accessible option.
Right. And we meet Esme, who relies on herbs to manage her health, and her husband, who's a firm believer in the power of natural healing.
Over conventional medicine.
Exactly. It's a glimpse into their resourcefulness. It also reflects a deep mistrust of conventional healthcare, stemming from
past experiences and
limited access.
This mistrust, this feeling of being excluded from mainstream systems, underscores the profound emotional toll of being undocumented.
Right. Karla doesn't shy away from showcasing the impact on mental health, the constant anxiety, the pervasive fear.
Absolutely.
We see this in Selma Pinzon, who's facing an upcoming immigration court date.
And finds strength in the image of her hero, Jenny Rivera,
A powerful Mexican-American singer.
She plans to wear a bold outfit inspired by Rivera to court.
A gesture of defiance and resilience in a situation where so much feels out of her control.
It speaks to the importance of finding sources of strength, of clinging to hope in the face of immense pressure.
And then there's Ivy, who gives birth during the Flint water crisis.
Her story is a heartbreaking example of the compounded challenges faced by mothers and children
within this vulnerable community.
It's a reminder that the impact of these crises isn't evenly distributed.
Right. The most vulnerable often bear the brunt of the burden, and their stories deserve to be amplified.
But perhaps one of the most devastating aspects explored in the book is the separation of families due to deportation.
We meet Javier Quintanilla, who is deported and separated from his family in Ohio.
The impact on his children is gut-wrenching.
Especially his young son, Omar. He clings to the belief that his father will return.
Finding solace in the story of the dinosaurs' extinction.
A way to process a loss he can't fully grasp.
It's a poignant parallel. A child grappling with a world that suddenly feels chaotic and unpredictable.
And it highlights the ripple effects of these separations. The lasting trauma that extends far beyond the immediate family.
Karla also sheds light on sanctuary churches.
Places offering temporary protection for those facing deportation.
These churches are a testament to the compassion and courage of faith communities, willing to stand up for what they believe in, even if it means defying the law.
We see this with Leonel Chavez seeking sanctuary in Connecticut.
And the outpouring of support he receives from the church and surrounding community.
It's a powerful example of solidarity. However, for someone like Francisco Valderrama, also in sanctuary, the legal battle is long and arduous.
Leaving his children to cope with his absence.
It raises questions about the fairness and effectiveness of a system that prioritizes enforcement over compassion.
Karla's exploration doesn't stop with the young. She examines the often overlooked challenges faced by aging, undocumented immigrants.
Who frequently lack family support and struggle with isolation and loneliness.
The dreams of a better life, once so vivid, begin to fade with each passing year.
We see this in Octavio, an older gentleman who feels lost and longs to return to Guatemala.
His story is a reminder that the American dream can be elusive, and the pursuit of it can come at a great personal cost.
But despite the hardships, Karla continually emphasizes the resilience and generosity within the undocumented community.
We see acts of kindness, families supporting each other through adversity, and a collective determination to survive and thrive against the odds.
It's a testament to the strength of the human spirit. We see it in the way they share resources and their unwavering commitment to community.
And their dedication to building a better future for their children.
Karla also touches upon the generational differences within this community. Younger immigrants often arrive with a sense of ambition and hope, while older generations carry the weight of years of struggle and disillusionment.
It's a fascinating dynamic.
Mira Fernandez, a successful journalist who supports her aging parents, highlights this contrast.
Her brother, on the other hand, refuses to contribute,
placing a heavier burden on Mira.
It's a common family dynamic, but it takes on added significance in this context, and it connects back to Karla's evolving relationship with her parents, especially as her father faces job struggles and she takes on increasing responsibility for his well-being.
It serves as a poignant reminder that the immigrant experience isn't monolithic. It's a tapestry of individual stories, each with its own complexities and nuances.
Undocumented Americans doesn't offer simple solutions to the complex issue of immigration. Instead, it accomplishes something far more profound. It gives a voice to the voiceless, humanizing a community often reduced to statistics and stereotypes.
It compels us to look beyond the political rhetoric and engage with the lived experiences of those most affected by our policies. It pushes us to confront the human cost of those policies, the impact on individuals, families, and entire communities. I think one of the most impactful takeaways for me from Undocumented Americans is that
sheer resilience
of these people, despite facing constant hardship and uncertainty,
they find ways to create community,
to celebrate life, to hold on to hope. We see it in the way they support each other, in their acts of generosity, and in their unwavering determination to build a better future for themselves and for their children.
It's a beautiful reminder that the human spirit can endure even the most difficult circumstances.
Undocumented Americans is a testament to that enduring spirit, a story of survival resilience and the unbreakable bonds of family and community. And it really challenges us to examine our preconceived notions about strength,
especially when faced with seemingly insurmountable odds.
It also challenges us to look inward, And after diving into these personal stories, we're left with a lingering question. What can you do to advocate for a more humane and just treatment of immigrants? It's easy to get caught up in these abstract political debates, but Karla's book really brings the issue home. It forces us to confront the human faces behind the statistics.
Absolutely.
We encourage you to read Undocumented Americans and gain a deeper understanding of these lived experiences. You can find a link to purchase the book in our show notes.
This deep dive has only scratched the surface of the profound stories within its pages.
We invite you to continue exploring these important conversations with us. Subscribe to our channel for more mindful moments, where we delve into thought-provoking books and ideas. Just like this one. Share this episode with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Keep the dialogue going. Let's work towards a future where all individuals are treated with dignity and respect, regardless of their background or immigration status.
It's a future worth fighting for.
Until next time, keep those minds nourished.